Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Road to Oracle CloudWorld. It's coming up October 17th through 20th in Las Vegas. It's going to be the first time that Oracle's had its global community of customers and partners together in a few years. So we've had a chance here to chat with a few of Oracle's leaders to hear what's going on. We're delighted today to have with us Executive Vice President Mike Sicilia, who heads up Oracle Industries. Mike, good to see you.
Bob, great to be back speaking with you again. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So Mike, so much happening here in about 10 days or so. What are some of the things that you're most looking forward to, right, as you get to connect with customers and partners out at Oracle CloudWorld?
Well, of course, it'll be great to see everybody in person. Certainly been quite a while. And as fate would have it, we've got two in-person conferences going on at the same time: Oracle CloudWorld and the Cerner conference, which were both pre-scheduled prior to the Cerner acquisition. So not only are we going to see people in person, but we're going to have a double dose of that in Kansas City and Las Vegas. And I'll be moving back and forth between the two conferences. So I'm very excited to hear from our customers in person, and certainly very excited to share our continued cloud journey with them, which you've actually spoken quite a bit about recently. So, we're quite excited by our industry offerings, our OCI offering, and putting all of those things together in what we call end-to-end automation suites, also called industry clouds. Yeah. And I think I think that the audience will be ripe to talk more about that as well.
So, Mike, did you sort of plan this to have the two conferences overlap to show the world you can handle these big, complex, real-time integrations?
I wish I could take credit for that, but that was just called luck or fate, whatever you'd like to say. But certainly was not planned. Both conferences were pre-planned, and here we are. They're both scheduled at exactly the same time. So it's going to be quite a bit of fun, and we'll have quite a bit of the Oracle team, the OCI team, the applications team in Kansas City as well. We'll have folks moving back and forth so that we make sure that we can engage with customers holistically in both locations.
Well, Mike, this the whole industry thing, right? It's just you've been engaged with it for 10, 12 years, and so it is just wild, though, how this has popped up into the real consciousness of business leaders these days, realizing cloud can provide a lot of great opportunities in different ways, a lot of different advances. But the real, I think, the key toward the traction that these business leaders are looking for in terms of, new types of business models, new sorts of engagement models, and so forth like that, you've got to be able to add that industry expertise to it as well. So, Mike, talk a little bit about, please, where you see that this whole industry trend taking root here and why customers are so excited about that.
Yeah, I think they are very excited. I think you're right. And the feedback that we've gotten is, really industry clouds and delivering industry clouds, industry automation for customers has to involve the operating technology as well. And by that, I mean the vertical edge technology. So the things like point of sale systems, retail merchandising systems, meter data management systems in utilities, property management systems for hospitality, mobile banking solutions for our financial services customers. Having all of that, I think, in a cloud that's elastic, and then we can deliver in concert with our OCI infrastructure, in concert with our horizontal back office applications like ERP and HCM, has certainly been, for us, Bob, a conversation piece that has accelerated here, I would say, during COVID. As we discussed at Cloud Wars a few months back, I think this whole idea of being able to scale up and scale down as needed, certainly in times of COVID was needed, but also now in times of what looks like to be economic uncertainty for some period of time, is also going to be a great opportunity for customers to invest in the cloud. I mean, a lot of these on-prem systems they're clunky, they're expensive to manage, it's hard to get resources to manage. And if I'm in their shoes, I'm going to try to make all of that somebody else's problem at this point and consume a service. But that service has to be in the vernacular, in the language of my business. Taking just horizontal technology and saying, here you go, we got a few labels on it, and let's call that an industry service for you. I think customers have challenged all of us to go further than that, and we're certainly happy to meet that challenge.
Mike, you have talked, for quite some time now about the significance of Oracle's ability to handle operating technology inside here as well. And I've seen this as sort of a broader trend, right? Of it's not just information technology in the traditional ways, but the operating technology, right? And you referred to it here with some of these edge systems and so on. Why is that so important?
Well, I mean, these are really the revenue generation systems for our customers. And when you speak with CEOs of these customers, these systems that come up most in conversation. Certainly, CEOs care about their entire IT infrastructure, their entire landscape. But when you're talking about customers that face their customers,
Yeah.
they tend to get more involved in those conversations than they do in say back office conversations, which tend to be an IT conversation. So I think the ability to speak in the language of the business because you're delivering the technology that these customers, our customers, are using to engage with their customers is a core differentiator. And I really think that Bob, that's going to be a trend that continues. If you look at a lot of competitors in the space, a lot of others in the space, that edge piece, that vertical edge piece, is usually filled by partners. It's usually either custom built by a partner, or there are smaller vendors in the space who are filling a lot of that. We are thrilled to work with partners as well, because there are always opportunities for last mile solutions, regulatory things that pop up in many of these industries as well. But I think owning as much of that estate as you can and being able to deliver as much of that as a service has tremendous value, economic value, and just also velocity value for our customers. You upgrade the whole thing at once, you security patch the whole thing at once, you cyber defend the whole thing at once, and more and more, I think that's what customers are looking for.
And Mike, the last thing I wanted to ask you about was on Oracle's earnings call last month. Your chairman, Larry Ellison, talked about some remarkable customer cases, right? From the running half of the Tokyo Stock Exchange to things in healthcare to other parts of financial services and more. And it seems like all of those involve more and more. It isn't just a one size fits all cloud, but as you've described here, from infrastructure to applications to database, and now the industry clouds, you're putting together these really purpose-built solutions out for customers. Like, I just get the sense that once customers get a taste of those, they're not going to want to go back to that sort of generic one size fits all.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Bob. I mean, we're dealing with with customers right now who are looking at our vertical edge solutions, whether it's our payment solutions for food and beverage, and invariably in these conversations, I start to think about, can this be connected to the ERP system, and can you deliver the whole thing for me as a service? Property man, it's always a great example in Vegas. Property management systems, hotel management systems, and some of the largest hoteliers in the world are Oracle customers of our property management systems. As we go up and down the strip, having conversations with these major brands, ERP always comes into the conversation as well. In healthcare, we obviously with the Cerner acquisition, but even before Cerner, we had our large clinical trials business, having conversations in patient-facing scenarios, talking with executives at hospital systems. One of the things that comes up is HCM all the time, human capital management. Huge pain point right now to schedule doctors, nurses, and everyone else because of the gig economy that has sort of taken over a lot of healthcare. And the fact that you can have that conversation holistically, and you can talk about those things in one setting and say, we can deliver this to you as a suite, I think is a game changer, and I'm super excited about it.
So, Mike, we have sort of come full spectrum, right, in this business, right? Before it was the tech industry trying to talk to non-technology people about technology. Now you've got the tech industry talking to business leaders in the language of that business. It's a huge step forward, and got to be a very exciting time.
Obviously, the cloud's made it all possible, Bob. I mean, because you can now have business conversations that talk about velocity. In prior years, I mean, and this is part of the evolution of technology, a lot of it was IT focused, a lot of it was system focused and functionality focused. Now it's about not only do you get all of that, but you can actually keep pace with what we're doing. You can move with us because you're going to get a release every month or every quarter, or every time you make a change, every time you make something better, you get that automatically. And that's a game changer. And I think it's without question brought business buyers and business owners into conversations that they previously were not in with IT vendors.
Well, Mike, thank you. This has been a great update. I think you've given everybody a lot more to think about on this road to Oracle CloudWorld. And good luck to you. I hope the skies are clear between Vegas and Kansas City that week.
You and me both. And I look forward to seeing you there, and certainly, hopefully, everyone listening seeing you there as well. And if you can't make it, there's a digital pass available as well. So feel free to take advantage of that. Thanks very much, Bob.
All right, Mike. Thanks very much, folks. That's Mike Sicilia, EVP at Oracle for Industries. We'll see what's going on there at Oracle CloudWorld in just about 10 days. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.